Good morning. This is Timothy. I'm the one that's going to kind of give you an insight on what's being prepared for the destruction of the United States and what's to abound afterwards. Slightly, nothing that I deliver is really going to be anything that's anything to celebrate for us. Put it that way. I didn't get a chance to start looking into this until early 20 or late 2011, but more into 2012 when things started opening up for me. I'm going to go ahead and show some visualization and kind of lead up to what's going on with the events. This is actually a kind of like an aerial satellite view of Tyler, Texas from above. But it looks normal, but there's nothing normal to it at all. It's actually biblical signs hidden in and surrounding the area itself. So I'm going to get to the gist of it, and I'm going to detail what's actually out here. Now, I have found areas in some other parts of the world and this country that also detail biblical, but most of it from here to open up my eyes and see what's going on. So give you a little breakdown. We'll transition at the 1,000 year end of Satan's imprisonment in the bottomless pit. It opens up, and it's going to cause massive destruction worldwide, primarily mostly for the United States, but there are other areas too that are going to be deluged or with some issues that come down. There'll be millions and millions of lives lost on the initial day. But the governments abound don't want you to know about this, even though they're aware of it because they got their secret bunkers and everything else. So they're pretty much aware. But this is going to kind of give us a head sight for those that want to get the revealing here. By all means, it's worth for me to give it to you there. So this is pretty much everything I give is got biblical origins. I kid you not. All the way back to even Genesis. I'm gonna actually start from there. Which is very entertaining there. So right now, I'm just slightly west of town of Tyre. I'll go ahead and pull it up a little bit more. And I'm moving out. I'll start where I used to live. I used to live in this area here. I'll give you a little detail of it here. This area here looks normal from a point of view if you're on the ground. Doesn't look anything out of the ordinary. But unordinary things started happening in 2012. And it got so bad, we had to have priests come out and try to remove demons off of property, or what I thought was demonic spirits. And yes, they were. But it got so bad, even after they cleansed the property for about 3 days, everything seemed to be back to normal. But after that, they returned. Now, and I didn't know what was going on or what was causing it or why it would bother me. I just had to figure things out. I got to a point so bad that we had to, me and my, at the point my wife, were living there in my parents' property at the time. And before that, we were married right after the trouble actually started. That's maybe about going on 2 months or so, 2.5, 3 months. We got married afterwards, but in that time, I couldn't quite pinpoint what was really going on. Anything from spirits writing on the wall, writing on mirrors, warning messages and such. I just couldn't quite what it was that they were trying to pinpoint. Took some time, but that's okay. But these maps I'm going to reveal capture you a glimpse of the opening of the end book of Revelation. I kid you not, for the finale on that movie. So right now, we left. After we got married, we left. We're taken back to the. We went out of state because we were fleeing this presence, and I think there was more than one. There was quite a bit of presence. We used to live in this area here. The road is called Onu Harmony Road. and Black Fork Creek Plantation. It's where the primary property was on. Now, also up here, you notice Black Fork Creek. Well, I'm gonna get to those in just a moment here. Kind of hovering up and down. Right now, it wasn't until 2012 I started seeing other things out there on the internet. Say, okay, what's really going on? I have to look into why things are happening. So I had to not necessarily reach out, but see what maybe hints or clues that can lead me into finding the answers I needed. So I looked online. There's a guy that does a lot of YouTube posts and stuff, and he always does maps. So I said, okay, well, this is interesting. So I started watching him for a little bit. I said, well, let me try that perspective and see if it applies to me as well. And behold, from the things that I found, discovered, they do in more ways than one. But they are biblical. So in this case here, what you're actually seeing, excuse me, there, is land surface here. That if you go around this middle area on the left side of the tail, and it's kind of slightly curvy. It's the original serpent from the Garden of Eden. I kid you not. It may not look like it at first, but I'm going to bring this screenshot up a little bit more. This area right now, if you notice, kind of has a head. There's some lines in it though, but if you look real close here, there's little points right above the line. That's the image of Satan. On the back side, you can see the wing kind of flap. Satan was emerging out of this at the time that the serpent perished. Now notice, I'll go back out a little bit. But the serpent had an appendage right to the left of it there. Remember, the serpent, until he was cursed, he was in maneuver. He wasn't just slithering. He was maneuvering with appendage. So after he was cursed, he was crawling on the belly like a serpent today. Notice to the right of that, Satan, his spirit coming out of it. You notice the head with a little eye and a tree, a very large tree right there, and the head going down, going across the Old New Harmony Road. What a good thought. It's coincidental of the Old New Harmony. Well, that was the original harmony, I would think, before Satan decided he was going to overthrow heaven. He wanted to unharmonize things, remove God from his pedestal and all that. But we'll get to that a little bit later there. There's a lot more I got to show you. So back in 2012, I noticed that this image was the first one that I could spot and see. So that gave me an insight of what's going on. Also, I discovered who I was in relation to it, and why these things were happening more so to my wife as such. But that's a bigger story in the nutshell. But a lot of many different things I didn't capture on until later on, just more in recent history. So starting 2012, that's the first image I noticed here. I'm going to go ahead and give you a snapshot preview of it. 1 second here. I just pulled up with my Facebook. 1 second. Okay. All right. All right. Notice there's the image of the serpent. Satan coming out. I had to kind of doodle around it so you can kind of see the images. This is a more realistic Garden of Eden serpent right here on the kind of slight center to the left. I'll share with you more about the rider symbol later. But this right here, you notice he had an appendage, as I mentioned, slithering type of beast. So that was him. And that's the original similar image of what he resembled in the Garden of Eden. Now, if I go back now to the maps, the main map, I'm going to show it to you again. See again, that image does not lie. It's still there. Nothing I'm going to present is a lie, by the way. It's all legit. See, there's Satan again. The head. Serpent. Now, later on, I found other things that were meant for me to find. Matter of fact, I'm going to scroll it out a little bit. Right here is where the Lord is on his throne, and across this highway, Highway 49, it's a toll road. Right before it was built, was a rod being held in his hand. This rod which creates the crown of this beast's head, creating the mortal wound. That's the one that's going to heal itself. Notice the image of the head at the end. It's very, very ominous, and it's very, very there. This is legit. This is all for me to see back in this time here. Remember, 49 is a double set of 7 times 7. Going out a little further is another event. Now it's starting to come, unfolded. But back in the day, I also discovered this in 2012, 2013. This is the area where the Lion of Judah was. This head right here. You pull it out just enough, you kind of see a lion that's crouching down. Now, I didn't doodle over that because it should be kind of observable on that side of it there. But we'll go to more things in a moment. Now, these are all in retrospect in the proximity of Tyre within a matter of minutes. And Tyre is going to become, in other words, today the U.S. gets destroyed, an island nation of its own called Tyre. Interesting, it's only missing one letter. Just like the Super Bowl, they take an L in Super Bowl. Well, the letter L is being taken out of the city name too, Tyler, and it'll become Tyre. Now you're gonna wonder, how can that be? How did that come to be an island nation? Well, the day the U.S. gets destroyed, it happens on all 3 fronts. It happens central, which I'm part of. It happens on the east side, eastern coast, which is going to be amassed by a tsunami coming off of Bermuda and the lower area, and it's going to inundate all the coastal cities on the east coast, so all the ports will be destroyed. The west coast will, because it's so parched and dry out there, when the big one hits and when the bottom pit opens up, the chain reaction of the ley lines that feed the energy to the world is going to trigger the rupture of those ley lines, causing them to bend and break, and just enough where the west falls below sea level. And you wonder how that can happen. Well, think about it like a sinkhole. You know, it's just waiting to happen. What a sinkhole is, the land decides to start caving in. Well, it's going to be a cave-in effect. And when that cave-in happens, because the land's so parched and dry, it's going to just break up, tremble, and just drop. Millions and millions of people are going to just perish right then and there, and the sea's going to invade because it's going to be lower than sea level. Think of it like this: when you're lower than sea, what happens? The sea comes in. Boom. So now that affects pretty much the west coast. You think, oh yeah, Arizona's going to have beachfront property. Well, there's a song today, you know. It happens. There's always kinds of things, of the hints that this world gives you, but you don't pay attention. The world doesn't pay attention to nothing. It thinks, oh, about the livelihood of this and livelihood of that. What's in it about me? Well, the world don't care. The world's gonna just like say, let it happen, boom, you're done, dead. You're in the wrong area, the wrong place, the wrong time. Now, in the event that I'm gonna be in, pretty much the central is going to be rocked by the devastation of the ley line coming through the area of like New Orleans, going down to where that Deepwater Horizon was capped several years ago. There was capped for a reason. It was capped so that way it wasn't about environmental issues, but to prepare for the final blast It's got one more life in it. And when this blast happens, when the ley line activates, it's going to trigger and chain react almost all the other oil rigs and wells in the Gulf. For the most part, creating the biggest tsunami the world has ever seen. This tsunami is going to be between 1,000 and 2,000 feet high by the time it reaches my area. Simply enough, with that kind of weight of water coming in at jet speed, maybe slightly faster than speed of sound, you're looking at major biblical destruction in that case. You're looking at so much that most people won't turn around and look. Is it been swept away from central? Yeah, when it blows, it's going to raise the waters up, and they'll all start coming in this country into the central part. Now, when it comes to the central part, what will happen is that the water itself, because it's coming so fast and so heavy, being a certain height, it's going to dig new trenches. It's going to destroy anything in its path. And these trenches will become deep ocean, just like they were in other areas. What's going to happen is it's going to create an island around the city I'm in, because the fact it's biblical, and because it's going to be where the spring is going to be for Timothy's final ministry. Timothy understands this because he's the man that's delivering the message as we speak right now to you. You can see to the guys and comprehend what the Bible's about ready to present, even though it's not a total story yet. It is some parts it is, but some parts it's not. You just have to figure it out. But Timothy is already ready. He's waiting for the calamity to happen. It's going to happen. There'll be millions of lives lost. Now, the day that this happens, this country will no longer be standing. It will be easy picking to be conquered. Very, very simple. Now, where I'm at, we'll pretty much be safe haven for a little while. But again, Tyre is going to become the throne seat of the son of perdition, the Antichrist. Make no mistake, I'll have my time in Satan's house here, or Satan's doorstep, trying to get the message out for people to start doing right, because this is where I'm supposed to be seated. And it happens because Timothy knows the game, he knows how to play it, he's going to win. But at the same time, he's got to alert others that this thing applies to all that are around him. Yeah, he's going to have to deal with lots of widows, because it's going to create the widows in this book. It could create a lot of services, a lot of things. That's what portrays it comes down to Timothy. It's all about the end of his transition from being a regular somebody to God's mighty chosen man for the end and the closure. But I'll get back to that. So right now, looking at the streets of the city, looks like it's normal. I mean, from above you see a lot of streets, houses, buildings, and stuff like that. But I'm going to show you some other things that coincide. But this city is the key to that bottomless pit. It's getting close and it's almost done. It's been a little over 170 years now in the making. If you build up the key, which is the shape of a seven-headed dragon, and inside of it's got the white horseman. Now I'm going to show you this picture here. The white horseman is a lighter texture, kind of where you see, looks like an animal with legs on it, and then somebody standing on top. I'm even going to bring it down a little bit closer so you can see street. Notice about the central part right here. Notice there's a Bow Street, B-O-W. This is just on the north edge, just south of Gentry Parkway there. But that's Bow Street. Now I'm going to show you the reason why it's the Bow in just a moment here. No coincidence. And the Bowman's built up around him. So let me go ahead and go back to my gallery here and see if I've got them. I may have them in here. Hoping I do. I know I posted some earlier. Maybe it's on another slide here, but I'll go ahead and do it. Let's see, maybe on there. Notice I got more thorough on it. this one here, takes the cake. See, that's the same Bowman. Did you know? And I'm not a good doodler or drawer. I'm just kind of giving you the insights of what you should see on it. Again, I'll go ahead and relay the map back. Notice again the figure in a street map level right now. I'll even shrink it down a little bit because I'm in Google Maps right now. Right there, so the whole picture can be seen. Now one more time. See, you kind of see that resemblance there. He's standing on his horse with his bow drawn. He's ready to aim and fire. He's the first seal. This is biblical. Everything is biblical. But also notice here that this area here that I'm showing you now is the head of the head of dragon. Now, there's 7 different shapes in it, and I only drew around 4. Notice, I'm going to give you that's a good headshot right there of the dragon there. But if I go back to the picture that I like to doodle around, because I'm just now this is I found that picture back in I think it was either late 2015 or for sure early 2016. So not too long ago. And I'll have to go to my other picture to see it. Hold on. So it was back in here. I'll go back to it. Alright, so. Alright. Let me go through. One hand right there. Another hit. Let me go back to the original one. So you can kind of see. I doodled four different hits. There's one. I kind of doodled in the red. Kind of doodle red again. These are actually shapes of Satan's muscle head. There's another one. And another one. These things don't lie, people. They never have. I'm not lying. These things are legit. Once this city finishes, you can say goodbye, USA. Kablooey. That's when all the tragedy info. We're talking about millions of people in the United States that one day perish. Be so much so they can walk with dead look like a sore thumb, to be honest with you. Oh yes, I'm a fan of that show too, but it'd be much worse. Easy pickings. And I want to show you a few other things here. And this is all like in the palace surrounding area. This whole shape. Notice the head against the top. It folds into a winged type dragon. There's a wing on the left side. It goes down, stretches down south of the loop. That's where its feet are, kind of down there, and just hitting just north of West Cumberland Road. And boy, he's wicked, very wicked. Notice that the airport though. If you notice this, actually, if you look at the grayish, more area than anything, TYR. If you pull up TYR abbreviations or whatever, you're gonna find that Tyler is actually TYR, which is actually Tyre. It's the hidden storyline that's gonna unfold that people don't realize. That day when it's over 1,000 feet of water, it's gonna come through bustling. The water will be parted one more time. This would be kind of like the final parting, but other than the earth would be the final part of the water when it's all said and done. Earth opens its mouth to for the water to out of Satan's mouth, and he can conjure water real quickly. Well, anyhow, notice that the airport here is slanted. Think of it as like to bring down the cross. Not many places. This is the only location I've seen it where it's kind of like slammed like this, but it actually indicates the same exact image bring down the cross. So if you follow it, it goes up here to right here. We'll bring it up now. That was to the right of that serpent little earlier. That's the head of the serpent on the left side in the center. So now we got another one. This one here is more important. This one here, I'm gonna blow it up, is actually the Antichrist son of perdition. I'm going to blow it even more. Up here is the head, and the little trailers create the teeth marks of it. It looks like a demonic head, to be honest with you. But in the shades of the tree to the right, there's also another image. This is the image that the world's going to see. A nice, charming-looking young man, I would say. Very much so. You can kind of see the outline of that. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it out a little bit more. He's not far. It means he's really close. He's off the road I used to live on, off the old New Harmony Road. He's carrying something on his back. I think his future son. He's got to carve his way to get over here, but he's showing him, hey, this is going to be your final destination. And the final destination is right here. The loop is the gate of Tyre. Remember, he's the one who come and take throne. He's got to conquer first before he can come and take his throne. In other words, this is throne seat. Now, my mission here is before that happens to get everybody on the same page to live the commandments of the gospel. The reason is because the timeline is going to be that the Lord comes back on my time watch after the initial events unfold. So it's my duty and job to relay the message that to get on the right page. Because otherwise, if they remain around, they will have seen the parting of the water that day and many other things that I have to do. The only thing that son of perdition, the Antichrist, is going to have to do, if anyone's left, he's going to have to annihilate. He's got to take it out. He can't let the truth be known to the rest of the world. So what's going to happen, our city's going to be an island nation. He's going to come and conquer it when the time comes, right? At that point is when the salvation event occurs, what people call the rapture and such. And it is in my book. It says for me to keep the doctrine until the return. There's no lie about it. In other words, I have to maintain so that way everything that's written is all good. But that's a little bit of our city. I'm going to go ahead and show you the perdition over here. Let me see if it's on. Bring it up on my Facebook. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I do still have a copy of it here. If you look, notice that I put the serpent on the very left, going to produce the Antichrist on his beast of burden, and he's approaching the soon-to-be Tyre's Tyre, Texas. Make no mistake, it is going to unfold as it's supposed to. And let me see. Alright, I have a couple more pictures I need to show you. I'll show you that black one in a minute here. But that's on my other screen. Let me go ahead and get to you here one moment. May not be in this screen either, but I'm sure I'll find it real quick. In fact, let me go ahead and put it in my gallery here for a moment. I'm going down a little further here. I have some interesting ones on here too, by the way. Yeah, I do normal things too. All right, I think I'm just about there. Let me check. Let's see. It's been a while. Well, anyhow, I think I showed it earlier at the beginning. Was a picture of Antichrist and perdition, the one that's got to be unmasked the world. He had a illusionary mask on the front, and he's strong enough to keep it on until it's time for his revealing. I know who it is, and unfortunately, he can't keep his secrets known. As a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and pull this one up here. You can kind of see the outline of the lighter edges are going to be his revealed face, but to the right of that is another little area, a slight opening. That's going to be his illusionary face. That's what we're supposed to see. Nobody's going to see the backside until the first mask is removed. Once it's removed, then the world will see that he's the wicked one. You know, but at that point, it'll be too late. Too bad, so sad. You know, you get what you reap, you get what you sow. He's the one that was voted in nearly 2,000 years ago. So the world gets to have him again. Gets to have fun with it. Now, I've got some other pictures to show right quick. This is where the Bible sits. It's a lake out. It's the largest, or second largest lake in the world. Lake Victoria, Africa. Notice how dark the water is, number one. For being a lake like that, if you look at satellite view on the water throughout the world, you'll see it's blue. But in this area here, they've got it dark and black. You wonder why. But it's hiding something. It's hiding what you don't want to know, or what they don't want you to know. So I'm going to show you. This is what I got on Google back in May of last year. Got a Google map. So I took a picture of it. It's really surprised. I'll start with that one. I'm getting a little closer to it. Notice the clouds hovering over the lake. They're not clouds at all. The one on the center left is the winged object. The four kind of like making a eye up near the top are winged objects too. Some of them draw them up. Now you start to see the outlines of them. The outlines of these things, these are actually dragons in cloud form, in spiritual cloud form. Notice these aren't made up. They've got wingspans and they're flying around waiting for the mass to be released. Remember that 1,000 years I mentioned a little bit ago? It's almost up. When it hits, goodbye. Say like I said, goodbye USA. And many of you have not repented. Oh well. Not my problem. Oh, by the way, that's me. Just so you know, that's the image of me. And I am actually representative. Take this here. That's who I actually am in the sky. So, it's not all about me, but for me to do what I've got to do. This is going to be a fun day for me. Not fun for a lot of people because they'll just end up perishing. That's with me and my wife after we got married within a matter of months. This is when stuff was still occurring, but after we found out some information. Now, she's not with me today, but she's got her rose. She's got a plane. Her rose's not going to be pretty, but oh well. What can I say? But anyhow, that's Revelation 17 for her part. She can have fun with it. Anyhow, that's another picture here. And you notice my picture again. That's Timothy in a nutshell. The same man. And this ain't no lie either. Nothing I've been providing today is a lie. I just don't know the exact day and hour or the time that the first event's going to occur. I know it is going to occur. It ain't going to be pretty. So, anyhow, I just want to share some things with everybody out there that it's not what you seem to think it is actually more like hidden truth, because the lie wants to be on top of it. So all the world thinks and sees is what they want to believe in, the lie. So go ahead and believe in the lie. That's what the Bible's all about. And what's going to be anybody excusing it? They're not going to have an excuse. You know? Well, you succumbed and believed in a lie. Exactly to the point. So the lie has been tricking us all along, and we've been all falling for it, but not anymore. Not for me, not the ones that I'm going to be dealing with. And I want to make sure I cover the pictures here. I think I have for the time being. This is more for the map than anything, to give you an insight of it there. But I'm going to check one more thing. I'm going to scroll out as I should. But from above, you really don't see much. Well, I'm going to scroll a little bit more because let's go a little further out. I'm going to show you the face of death before I go. This is the horse rider out in the western United States. That's pretty simple. Central part of my tablet here. So anyhow, look at that space up there. This space is well over 100 miles, or at least around 100 miles from west to east. There's a hood. I think that's probably where Mount Hood is too, by the way. Wouldn't surprise me one bit. But up there where Idaho is, definitely Washington, Oregon, parts of Wyoming, is a shady figure with a hood on. That is the image of death. Notice his eye sockets, his nose, and his mouth. You can't mistake it. It's been here for millennium. It's for me to discover and find out, but people are just so blind to the fact of truth. I don't want to see. That is the fourth horseman, fellas and ladies. Make no mistake. Oh. And this little start here. I also use biblical passages to find out who the son of perdition is. Now, I had to take Matthew chapter 12, verse 46 to 50, where Jesus had basically told them, turn around and look, said, they are not my family, but this is my family here, the ones that do the bidding of God. So, there's a reason behind that scripture. And it's because there's wolf in sheep's clothing. Family is nothing but wolf in sheep's clothing. So, in order to discover the truth, I had to take some hints that I was given going to this little town that my sister's name in Nevada, called Rachel, Nevada. It's by the way, if you notice, look at the highway, the main highway, and the N on it is extraterrestrial highway and little alien. Well, that's part of Area 51, folks. Now, what I'm going to show you next, the final stuff today, is where the son of perdition actually is. And who it's actually revealing, I think I got it in here or the other one. May have the other one, but okay. So anyhow, let me go back to the other one here. I got so. Yeah, this is good right here. Okay, so this from Rachel, Nevada, is the bird flies, and she gave me a hint that she was saying she thought that Area 51 is part of Roswell. Well, Roswell does play a significant part in my find, absolutely. But the distance came out to like 695 miles from Rachel, Nevada. So I backtracked into the mountains in the not the caverns, but the canyons of New Mexico to where it's around 666. Notice my blue marker, pinpoint 666. There's a demonic head facing right. And then I circled around another head, and that was at mile marker 667. It's got a youthful face. I'm going to bring it up a little bit. It's got a youthful face, as I mentioned, youthful nose, youthful mouth, chin, eyes. Maybe late teens to under 30 or so. It took me hours to figure out who it was, but she gave out an indicated clue, which I will not reveal today. It's meant to be revealed later. But that is going to be the image of the face of who the son of perdition is. Make your own guesses, but I will say there is the truth hidden amongst the lies. If you look up images of son of perdition, compare. I'm sure one of these images will match this mountain face as it did for me. Very, very simple and true. But yeah, this is not a lie. This is actually all truth. So there you have it. That's most images I've shown you. For the most part, have been in the United States, except for the one for the bottomless pit, which is elsewhere. But it will be what leads to the destruction of the United States. Again, when that day happens, the West Coast will fall in, cave in. The Pacific will roar in. California and a lot of Oregon and even some areas of Washington, probably going up to close to Idaho, probably going to be wiped out. Then you got the central, which where I'm in, is going to be coming up with hundreds of miles of tsunami. It's going to kind of separate some parts of the Appalachians and some parts of the eastern side from the western side. So it'll become a sea in between. And then you got the East Coast. It's going to be inundated at least probably about 40, 60 miles in by a new sea as well from the mishap coming out of the Atlantic with all this energy unfolding. So yes, it's all going to happen one day. The elite already know about this. That's why they got their cavernous locations. Denver should be a safe haven for them as they already got there. I'm sorry, but just they deserve it when it all comes down to them there. Let's see. If I'm looking, one more thing, if I'm missing thing. But yeah, I made the whole picture again. You notice I put Satan and the dragon, and now you can kind of see the images with that shape that I put earlier. So nothing lies. If it lied, then I wouldn't be here doing this. God, a delivery to me. This is part of what's in the book of Revelation as the storyline unfolds. I'm just here for the finale. And what a finale it's going to be. But if you're not around me, you won't know me. But at least I'll have this word out. Hopefully it'll be done before it's all said and done. But please adhere, do what's right, follow the teachings of Jesus. Everything that he wants you to do is just in these commandments. If you follow them, you're less likely to sin. And you also need to repent. This is not fake. This is all true. Because the end's about where to start. And the end will be pretty at the beginning. And it definitely won't be pretty at the end. So, if you think you're going to be around, goodbye. Because the lies will kill you. And you know what? You'll never be saved. Thank you. It's been a wonderful pleasure for delivering this. I want to again thank you for your time. And have a wonderful Sunday.